Hello my dear students, welcome to your value education class. Today our topic is politeness. So today our topic is politeness. Children, you should always behave nicely with other people. I hope you all know that. Always be polite and humble. In this world, we are supposed to appreciate each and everyone, and therefore politeness is essential. Okay? So children, do you know what is the meaning of politeness? Politeness means behaving in a respectful manner towards other people. You all want to hear good things from others, isn't it? Yes. And when anybody talks with you very loudly or rudely, how do you feel? You feel very bad. So, you should also talk very politely with other people. If you will talk loudly and angrily, or if your behavior is very rude, then what other people will say? They will say that this girl is not polite. I hope that you don't want to be an ill-mannered girl. So, every person wants to hear good things and see good behavior towards themselves. Therefore, it's important to behave in a polite and pleasing way towards others. So, children, now I'm going to tell you a very nice story. So listen to the story very carefully. I hope you all will enjoy this story. Once upon a time, there was a very evil and unpleasant crook. He was a bad, dishonest man, and he had magical powers. He only thought about how to get money. Seeing anyone happy bothered the crook very much. What he hated most was when people were polite and humble to each other, saying things like please, thank you, don't mention it, sorry, etc. It made him angry even more if they were smiling when they said these things. The crook thought all those kinds of words were a useless waste and were not good for anything. So, what he did was spend a lot of time inventing a machine which could steal words. With this machine, he planned to steal please, thank you, don't mention it, sorry, and similar words people used to be polite. He was sure that no one would notice if those words were to suddenly vanish. When he had stolen these words, He intended to take them apart and sell the letters to book publishers. He thought that he would make a huge amount of money by selling those polite words. After he started up his machine, whenever people wanted to say kind words and polite things, they were not able to say those kind words. All the polite words started to vanish. No one was able to say any kind word. All those words ended up inside the big machine. Just as the crook had hoped in the beginning, nothing happened. It looked like people really did not need to be polite after all. However, after some days, people started to feel like they were always in a bad mood, doing everything reluctantly. They lost all the interest from their work. People were not happy. Within few days, everyone was angry and arguing over the slightest little thing. People became rude and angry. They forgot to smile. No one was polite anymore. The crook was very happy with his success. But he did not count on a couple of very special little girls. Those girls were deaf and dumb. So they had to communicate using sign language, as they were unable to speak or listen. But they were very good and happy children. Now, as the machine could not steal signs, these girls continued being kind and polite to each other. Soon they realized what had been happening to everyone else, and they found out about the crook and his evil plan. The girls followed him to his hideout on the top of a hill next to the sea. There they found the big machine, busy separating all the words. The machine was separating all the polite words into letters. The crook was not there. He had gone to take a nap. So the girls crept up to the machine and started being polite and nice to each other. The machine could not understand their signs. The machine wanted to steal the polite signs, but it suffers a power overload. And the more the girls went on communicating, the more the machine was becoming overloaded. Finally, the machine exploded. The letters started to come down like rain. After that, everyone could be polite and thoughtful again. The anger and the arguments stopped, proving that good manners and politeness are very useful for keeping people together in a spirit of happiness. So all the people became happy and polite again. So children, what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, it is a wise thing to be polite. The moral of the story is, it is a wise thing to be polite. We should always be polite and humble to each other. Okay? So children, we should always be polite and humble. Okay? We need to practice daily to be polite. We should not be proud, because with pride no one can be polite. Don't think that you are the best. Always learn to appreciate others. Politeness in your behavior brings many benefits. It will indicate that you are a good girl. You know good manners. Politeness should be applied in the way we act, the way we talk, and our way of thinking. The child who behaves politely is loved by everyone. But the child who shows rude and disobedient behavior towards others gradually spoil their lives. First of all, we should show our politeness in our family. When your parents come back from their work, they may be tired as well as in a kind of tension. At that time, if you show polite behavior and caring nature to your parents, they will be very happy. You can ask them politely, how was their day? Or you can offer them a glass of water. And always talk politely. Similarly, we should never forget to greet our teachers at school. Obeying them and talking with them politely is also a good habit of a good student. There are some magic words that really reflect politeness in our behavior. Some of them are sorry, excuse me, thank you, please, etc. If we break something or hurt someone, we should apologize by saying sorry. If someone helps us or gives us something, we should say thank you. Before we take someone's things, we should ask for their permission by saying please. So, these are some of those magic words which help us become a polite and better person and make our life beautiful. A polite human being is an ideal of humanity. So always be polite, listen to others, avoid negative or bad words, use the magic words always, and avoid finger pointing, and don't talk loudly or rudely. Okay? So always be happy, love everyone, show respect to elders, obey your parents, and be polite and humble. Okay? So this much for today. Bye bye.